First, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, but more importantly, being here. This is media night. How does it feel, man? Because I understand correctly, last night was the opening night. How was it? Evil Dead the Musical officially returning here to Toronto.
Well, last night was killer. We slayed them, however many puns you need. We got them. It was a crazy night. The fans went bonkers. Bigger, craziest splatter zone we've ever had. An incredible cast and crew, the best we've had in years, and it was sensational. So it was a great first night. We're thrilled to be kicking it off here in Toronto, and we're only here for 2 weeks, so we're going to the 19th. So we'll keep killing them for 2 weeks.
Well, look, man, it's an honor for me to be on this stage. I mean, you got everything going on. You even got a new moose, man.
Yeah, this is our new moose. Check him out. He's furry and fluffy and friendly, but sometimes he goes evil. What are you going to do, as moose do? And those moose are pretty chatty sometimes. So, when you do Evil Dead the Musical, there's going to be blood, and so blood gets everywhere. Like in all the nooks and crannies, not just the set, but the people too, poor guys. But every now and then we got to replace a moose. So we got a new one. Isn't that nice?
It's cool, man. But look, I know the story behind Evil Dead the Musical, but there are some people who are going, Evil Dead Musical, zombies, blood, chainsaws, killings, comedy, music, how does this all come together, and how did it all come together for you?
Well, if you know the trilogy, which you may or may not, and the beauty thing about our show is you don't need to know the trilogy. You don't need to know anything. You like to party and have a good time, come on down, you're going to enjoy the show.
But you know what? If they had a chance to see it, that's the fun part.
Yes, so if you are an Evil Dead fan, and a lot of them come here, this is essentially the 3 films from the trilogy, all smushed together into a loving send-up. And really what we do is we kind of take the next logical step in the ridiculousness that is Evil Dead. Because if you know the 3 movies, first one's a horror movie, second one slapsticky kind of comedy, third one action epic adventure. Wouldn't it just make sense for that 4th film to be a musical comedy and these zombies sing and dance? So that's what we do. It's clever, it's fun, it's hilarious and zany, and it's incredible that it's been 14 years. A bunch of Canadian kids just coming out of school, Queen's University, coming to Toronto, doing this thing in a bar, and it's been around the world in different languages, off-Broadway, touring the nation, and now we're back home, and it's amazing. We always love coming back home, and the fans are crazy. They're still here, and they love it, and we try to keep it current and keep it, add some new stuff here and there for the fans. But there's such a high expectation we got to meet, so we try to keep making this thing bigger and better, and I really think we've done it again, and it's exciting to be back.
Do you think what's going on with television, with movies, and especially with The Walking Dead, do you think that popularity is helping also with people coming out to see this?
I'm going to say doesn't hurt that zombies and just horror, the genre, is so much more in the pop culture vernacular and kind of mainstream. Like my mom is watching Walking Dead. Like my mom is like, oh, did you see Rick this week? So it's great. It just opens the doors and lets people in and says, hey, you can like this too. This isn't just for nerds like me. Anybody can like this. And with all the whole genre, media has exploded with superheroes and zombies and vampires and everything. So it's great that we can still be relevant, and now even more people are kind of engaging into this and going, hey, sounds cool. But on top of it, this isn't just a zombie show. It's a hilarious musical. You don't have to care or like zombies. There's nothing scary about this thing. It's not a horror show. It's a musical comedy that just happens to be about a guy killing a buttload of zombies. So it really does have a little bit of something for everybody, and if you're not a fan of the films, it don't matter. Get on down here. You're going to have the time of your lives. It's Evil Dead the Musical.
Now, we talked about a lot of these elements, the comedy, the singing, the actors, which are great. But another very strong element is what we're standing on right now, the stage and the props behind us, because it's a very important factor to this.
Yeah, when we were first coming up with this show, I think the thing that really kind of turned me on to it was the idea of in Evil Dead 2, the the set, the house, the cabin in the woods coming to life and kind of egging on Ash and battling Ash. And it was essentially a character in its own. And so when we got with our set designers and decided, okay, how can we make every little piece of this set either be an Easter egg to the films or some kind of puppet or something that comes alive and is crazy. And so essentially the whole set comes to life and is a major character in this show. So yeah, everywhere you step, there's a little surprise. So watch where you're stepping.
Also, the other thing when you said watch where you're stepping, blood, lots of blood. This is something people really look forward to because people could actually get splattered with this, and for a lot of people, this is like, this is like a baptism to them.
Well, I think you said like could be splattered, probably be splattered. You are definitely, if you're in the splatter zone, you are going to be splattered. Splattered is even like, I think you're going to be drenched. Blood dumped on you. It is so much blood, and we always try to shoot it and fire it into the audience in new and crazy ways. And this year, it's the biggest, baddest, craziest, bloodiest splatter zone we've ever had, and it's super exciting. And yeah, we try to be safe. This blood is non-toxic. It's edible. It's machine washable. Like it's the perfect blood. No stains, no poison. It's great.
I love the fact how people will come down. They will actually dress a certain way because they want to be splattered. They want to be drenched with the blood.
We have brides all dressed in white. We have guys coming in like white suits, tuxedos and things, sitting in the front row. And they're walking out red, pink. It's pretty gross, but we think it's great. And, once upon a time we thought, oh, splatter zone, maybe that'll be our cheap ticket. No one will want to sit there. And wrong, opposite. It's always the highest in demand. And it's been crazy. And our whole splatter zone has been sold out for this whole run.
Now, for folks who have never been here and hopefully they're going to come, what do you want to say to them to say, hey, look, try out something new that is fun?
Listen, if you have a funny bone in your body and you like to have a good time, then you got to come check out the show. You don't have to be a horror fan. You don't have to like zombies. If you like just having fun, and it stands on its own as a musical, beautiful music, off-Broadway style choreography like dancing, puppets, music, everything. There's a little bit of everything in this show, and that's what makes it so special. But above all else, it's hilarious. So come on down and check us out.
Website, Twitter to follow along, and to be able to pick up merchandise also. Where do we go?
Well, okay, if you want to check out the show, it's really easy. Check out www.ticketfly.com, or you can go to evildeadthemusical.com, and you can find our show right here at the Randolph Theatre in Toronto. Our Twitter, check us out at Evil Dead Tour. Right? I think that's it. And also on Facebook at Evil Dead the Musical Toronto or Evil Dead the Musical National Tour. That's a lot of information. Just come check us out. Better yet, come on down and you can get a shirt and see the show and have the time of your life and get completely drenched in blood.
All right. You know what? We got to wrap this interview up because I got to get this camera back so I can get my seat. And it looks like I'm going to get splattered. Looking forward to it, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. I'll give you a towel.